It's Big Marv!
The World Wide Web, they call it internet, with different types of social media. Store the information sort of like encyclopedia.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Big Marv here, and welcome to the Dual Funnel System training. So, what this training is going to be about is going to be going over my dual funnel system. This is the exact system that I've built for my one-on-one students and many clients over the last year. It implements a strategy of running two parallel funnels next to each other that feed each other with every action that you take. So your end users, your clients, your tribe members, whatever you want to call them, as they enter your pipeline and they start consuming you and your content, they naturally elevate to the next level in your value ladder. So we've perfected that down to a science with the dual funnel system, allowing you to run a funnel, completely automate lead acquisition, and fill your calendar with warm, quality leads ready to talk to you, find out what you have to offer to this planet, and get your high ticket service, course, whatever it may be. We can optimize and dial in this system for any niche or brand. I've yet to encounter a personal brand that I could not, implement the dual funnel system and get them some results and dial in their traffic. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll give you guys a quick overview of a live system, and then we'll discuss strategy and why all this stuff makes sense. Okay, so it is built on my platform called the What's Next platform, and this is backed by Go High Level framework, so it's just a highly customized version of Go High Level. So if you've ever heard of those guys or seen those guys, that is the back end that we're working on here in the What's Next platform. So I want to show you guys the dual funnel. So whenever you download the dual funnel system, your account's going to get preloaded with two funnels. All right, you're going to get a dual funnel system template funnel and a core booking funnel. Now these are the two funnels that are going to feed each other and elevate users through your pipeline. Now when I'm talking about a pipeline, I'm talking about your sales process. When someone comes in, they opt into your lead magnet or whatever it may be. I have a couple different opt-ins. And then you can see as they move through my pipeline, my sales process, I'm tracking everything that they're doing. Right? So, and then with the funnels here, the funnels have very dedicated steps for every action that they're going to take. Now, when you're bringing people through this funnel, it's important to dial in a core offer. This is designed to sell a core offer. Now, I know you guys, especially you guys coming over from the ClickFunnels group or Russell Brunson's tribe. He teaches you create a low ticket item, then a mid ticket item, then a high ticket item, and blah 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 blah. Which, it does work. You do, once you get your core offer dialed in, you can start adding these other things. But to be honest, I've worked with a lot of startups and new personal brands, and most people don't have the time, expertise, capital, energy to try to do 4 launches at once. A lot of times it's not a proven concept. So really, especially if it's not a proven concept, you're a new personal brand, you're just trying to figure out if whatever you have to offer will sell, you want to dial in on one core offer. Right? So the design of this strategy is you have some kind of front end value or some kind of lead magnet that will bring them in, and you indoctrinate them into you, your tribe, your content in the back end and the follow-up, and that gets them to book the call or take whatever item you have up for grabs after your lead magnet. Now the idea is you're taking them on a journey. Every single person that enters your pipeline, they're going to be in a different spot in their life and looking for something whenever they connect with you. That's why they're consuming your content in the first place, because you have something that they need. You're solving some sort of problem for them and their personal brand. Right? So whenever you're trying to think of your lead magnet or whatever you're going to do to elevate them up to booking a call with you, you want to think from your client's perspective, from the end user's perspective, where are they at in life right now, and what do they need to consume that's naturally going to align with your offer. So once they're done consuming that, they'll naturally want to take whatever it is you have. Let's say, for example, my own value stack, right? I have two opt-in right now, two lead magnets right now. My best converting lead magnet over the last 2 years have been my personal brand blueprint. Now, this is a 100-day blueprint that teaches people how to build a personal brand from scratch and turn it into a profitable personal brand over the course of 100 days. So I wrote out a 103-day email sequence with actionable steps to take that takes a brand new person that just has an idea of a personal brand through this entire journey of crafting a personal brand. And it aligns perfectly with the strategies and funnels and different things that I teach, because the next thing that's in my value ladder is my free group where I'm teaching them how to actually monetize their personal brands using funnel strategy and automation. And then if you consume my content there, then typically you're going to want to jump on a call to where you can have two options. You can either jump into my paid group where I do group coaching, or you take my one-on-one offer, which is me coaching you one-on-one over the course of 90 days, right? And it is all leading up to my 90-day program, because I'm thinking from the avatar's perspective, okay, this guy Big Marv has helped me build this personal brand over the course of 100 days. It's now profitable. I now have some capital, so now I can bring a course or a coach or a course creator on to help me, build and scale this personal brand even further. And naturally, they're going to want to come to the guy that helped them build that personal brand in the first place. Anyways, that's the hope. Most people align, and the average person that comes through my personal brand blueprint typically converts within 30 to 45 days of entering that 103-day sequence. Now, my newest lead magnet is the dual funnel system, the thing that you're watching right now. Right, my dual funnel system is where I completely take you through my one-on-one coaching sessions and what I'm teaching, the process that I'm taking these students through over the course of 90 days. I compiled it into a video training that shows you how you can jump onto my What's Next platform and build it for yourself. Now, naturally, a lot of you guys are going to jump in here, and a lot of you will be able to figure it out and build it on your own and just see results following the training. You might jump into the group, get a little bit of help from me, but for the most part, you'll be able to watch the training and pick it up and just go with it. Now, there'll be a handful of you guys that are like, I don't have time for the training. I just want Big Marv and his team to do it for me, and then you'll reach out and contact me. So I'm thinking from your guys' perspective, if you consume this training, right, what's the next thing you're going to need? The next thing you're going to need is to connect with me directly so I can custom tailor the dual funnel system for you and your brand. Write a custom strategy for you and your brand implementing the dual funnel system. Right? So that's why I created this lead magnet to naturally elevate you guys or whoever's watching this to the next step of my value ladder. So whenever you do that for yourself and your tribe, just make sure you keep that thought in mind. Where are they at right now? Where do I want to take them? And what actionable steps do I need to give them to change their life, to make them naturally make that decision on their own? Because if you can give that to them, then you don't even have to try to sell them. Whenever they talk to you, you've already established enough value in what you're worth to them in their life that they're going to naturally take you up on whatever it is, as long as they're in a position to do so. All right, now let's jump into the actual technical breakdown of this funnel and these steps that you see in here. All right, now I know you've been staring at it for a minute, maybe trying to digest it. So we got the opt-in page. Now this is the landing page where people are just going to dive in, grab your lead magnet, whatever it may be. Like, this is my dual funnel system here. Use the exact system that my systems have used, right? And there's my little video selling it, etc., etc. Now if you opt in, then I'm going to invite you onto a strategy call saying, hey, thank you so much for grabbing the dual funnel system. And now I want to invite you to jump on a call with me, because I know you want to get the most out of the system and you want to figure out how you can make this system work for you. Then I'm going to take you to a book a call page where you can book a call with me, a survey page where I'm asking you specific questions to try to isolate where you are in your personal brand and how I'm going to best be able to help you, and then a thank you page. Now then, here's where the strategy kicks in. Now, let's say they get here because they opted in and they're like, well, I don't want to jump on the call with you. That's fine. There isn't a thank you button on that page. Then we're going to take them here to a training invite. This is where you do weekly trainings, just like this training I'm doing right now. Every Thursday, I do this training at 6 p.m. PST, so they can get more acquainted with me, so you can get a more personal approach with me. Ask me any questions that you have, so I can build the know, like, and trust factor, and then pitch you on jumping onto the phone with me after this training. That's the whole idea behind this training, is you're going to be giving them an inside scoop, an inside look at whatever your high ticket offer is. The whole point of trying to get them on the phone, why do they need to get on the phone with you? Now, you can, for the training itself, you can do that a couple different ways. I personally like going off the cuff, just recording my screen, sharing my message with you guys, and just peeling back the veil and showing you exactly what I do. Some people like putting together PowerPoint presentations. Other people like using whiteboards like the one you see behind me. It really doesn't matter. It's the message that matters. It's being able to change someone's life with the message that you're creating. So if you're back there looking at other people's perfect 90-minute webinars, remember, that shit is not what you need. What you really need is just hone in your message to that person, the exact person that you need to help, and present your solution as, the solution to whatever problem they may be experiencing. As long as you nail that message and you speak to the right people, you'll be alright. You don't need any fancy anything to make this happen. And then we take them to a registration page, a waiting room, to where we're letting them know, hey, the waiting room is here. It's basically just a room where they can go, they can get the link, etc., etc. And then there's the replay, because every single week, once you're done recording, you're going to dump your replay in here, right? And then my lead magnet is a video series, right? So when you guys opted in, you received emails that drove you back to these funnel pages, and this is my videos straight into a funnel page, because I've run a lot of lead magnets and I've tested membership site versus driving people to a direct page like this, and this is always converted more because it's the least amount of work that a prospect has to go through to actually consume your content. When you put them into a membership site, even if it's a free membership site, they still have to go to an external site, have login credentials, etc., etc., etc. So if you have a lead magnet where it's just a video series, don't worry about like, oh man, what if somebody shares the link? But so what? It's your free lead magnet. You need as many eyes on it as you can get anyways. So I just drive people here. They can click through, watch the video series, and every single page I have the call to action where they can book a time to speak with me. Alright, and so that's the strategy here. And so these videos here are all the training videos that you're going to get in the dual funnel system. You just modify all of these pages that you see here. You're going to follow the same strategy for you and your personal brand. Just apply your flair to it, your message, whatever you're giving. And through the actual training that you guys get when you opt into the dual funnel system, I break it down more in these videos. And then we have here, because this is for like a live training that you do every week. Now, once you do this enough, you're going to get enough numbers where you can say, all right, this training is the best one. I converted the highest out of this. And you figure that pitch out. The average person it takes running, as long as you're running paid traffic, that is, and you have the volume behind it to justify making changes, the average person can run a live webinar for 4 to 6 weeks on average, figure out your message and pitch it, get the volume through there, and figure out what your best training is over the next 4 to 6 weeks after that. Once you figure out what the best converting message is and you're getting consistent sales on that live one, you're going to take the best live version and turn it into an evergreen webinar. So I break down that in the training and how to do that, but you get the entire funnel template that we've used and battle tested with all of our students running one-on-one paid traffic. Now, a lot of other startups that I've worked with, you don't have your legal pages in place, so I purchased some templates that you can use here. You can feel free to modify them to yourself. They're very very easy to use. When you go into them, you'll just see spots to adjust it, to put your logo in place and put your company name in place. And then of course I break down how to use it. Whenever you get a What's Next account over here on the left side, you'll see how-to videos, and that'll bring you directly to our knowledge base. So anything you want to know how to do in this platform, I do have videos created for you. We're always creating new videos. So you just click on the video and it'll pop up here and show you exactly how to do everything. So if I do happen to miss something in the training, I do have these extra how-to videos. You can always reach back out to me. Now let's dive back into the funnel. Just want to make sure I covered every step for you guys before I show you the rest of the strategy and how we make the dual funnel system work for you. If I can get it to load right. Every time I do one of these videos, I excuse me, push my system to the max, and it likes to take a minute to do things. Oh, I guess the last page I did not cover is unsubscribe, because whenever you're sending out automated messages to people, you legally have to give them an unsubscribe option. So this is just the unsubscribe page that people will view whenever they unsubscribe. Now I want to show you guys the marketing campaigns that you're going to get included with the dual funnel system. The first thing you're going to get included is your webinar follow-up. Alright, so you have the standard webinar follow-up. That is for your weekly webinar training, just from when you run traffic to the funnel to get people to register. This is the standard follow-up here. We have the webinar starting. That is every week whenever you start your webinar fresh, you want to blast your email list and let them know, hey, this week's training is starting. Right, now you guys watching this, expect me to email you every single Thursday, unless you unsubscribe or opt out. Every single Thursday I'll be letting you know, hey, the dual funnel system training is starting. Right, and it'll be this exact same sequence. And then the evergreen sequence, that is for once, like I said, once you do the live enough and you get your numbers dialed in, you get your messaging dialed in, you're making consistent sales on those trainings, you're going to take the best training that you have and turn it into an evergreen sequence. So you'll also get that evergreen sequence there. Now, I don't believe in templates in regards to follow-up messages, like even the funnels. You have the design template, so you know, because all funnels have a specific structure to them. We put headlines in places and call to actions in places and subheadlines and graphics, and we lay it out a specific way. That's why I give you funnel templates that you just modify the copy. But emails, I'm actually going to give you live email sequences that we sent out, so you're going to have to completely write your email sequences. But what I explain through the automation and email training is how to craft that perfect message, because like I said, you want to take people on a journey. I don't know the journey that you're taking, and I don't want to try to predict that journey either. Templates, yes, you can plug some templates in and they will convert for you, but with crafting your perfect message to the perfect person at the right time, after all, that is the key to marketing, the right message to the right person at the right time. That is how you're going to get people to come back, consume your content, and want to engage with you on autopilot. So I dive deep into copywriting an email. That's actually one of my strong suits, is copywriting an email follow-up. And I give you live examples. For example, one of the follow-ups you will get is my 103-day email sequence that I told you guys about, my personal brand blueprint. And then you'll get the full 31-day sequence for this dual funnel system. And then a handful of my other students, I will also be providing their funnels and emails, so you can kind of see from beginning to end. Here's their lead magnet. Here's the email sequence that they wrote to walk people through consuming that lead magnet and coming back and getting them to get on the calendar or take whatever the next thing is in their value stack, and be able to craft that message to get them all the way to the calendar and actually on the phone so they can make those sales. So you're gonna get those follow-up sequences that you can study and build the perfect message, because that's going to be what you really need to drive home and get these sales coming in on autopilot. And I do go into that in the training. You'll get training on organic strategy and paid strategy. Now, I personally do a hybrid approach where I have regular organic content and posts that I do to increase engagement and awareness for my personal brand and drive sales. But I also run paid ads in parallel to that so I can keep the leads coming in on a consistent basis without having to worry, am I getting new leads on my calendar every day? Now, you're also going to get preloaded with all of the triggers that you need. Now, triggers on the What's Next platform is how it technically moves everything back and forth. That's how, whenever you go to your opportunities, you see people in the different spots and what they're doing. I'll show you another student that we launched, and we had a lot of success with the dual funnel system. You can see here where she also has a video series as the front end lead magnet for her personal brand, so we can see where they opt into the video series, they watch videos they've watched, did they opt into her weekly training, did they book a session with her, did they complete her call, did they join her team, everything in between. So the triggers is how all of those beautiful things happen in the back end, and we dive into that through the dual funnel system training. Now, the dashboard is the final place I want to show you guys. This is where everything will load into the platform dynamically. It shows you your funnel, it shows you the pipeline, so you can know exactly what's working, what's not working, and dial in that automation so you have the perfectly well-oiled machine to run for you and your personal brand. So I hope that made some sense. I know a lot of it may have went over your guys' head. It was like a fire hose of information coming at you. So I know you probably have a lot of questions. So what I'd like to do at this time is take a minute to invite you to hop on my calendar. Let's talk about the dual funnel system. Let's dive in. Let's talk about your personal brand, and let's develop a strategy on how you can utilize this system the best to get you the best results for you and your personal brand. I know you're dying to get warm leads coming in, booked on your calendar on autopilot every single month. I know you're tired of spending hours and hours and hours trying to crack the code, trying to figure it out. And if you were anything like me, where you spend thousands of dollars on different experts and consultants and courses just trying to piece something together to make it work, remember, we all have superpowers. So let's jump on a phone so I can use my superpower to help you use your superpower to grow your tribe. This is Big Marv. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. One love.